Hi everyone, my name is Alex Miles and this is my final video for my Educational Specialist degree in Instructional Technology from Coastal Carolina University. I completed my field experience at Pleasant Hill Elementary School, which is located in Georgetown County School District. It's a very small rural school, less than 400 students, and this is my first year at the school, so allowing myself to be a part of a project within my school was very beneficial for me, and I really enjoyed it. The purpose of my project was to help my fellow teachers DonorsChoose.org. I became familiar with DonorsChoose.org a couple years ago at Andrews Elementary. There were just some resources that I needed for my classroom, and I didn't have the money at the time to buy them, so I just kind of started looking online to see what options were out there, and I came across DonorsChoose. At that time I didn't really have anybody to help guide me through it, so I just kind of learned it on my own and took it step by step. And once I created my first project and it was fully funded, it was on from there. I absolutely loved it. I loved making projects. I loved bringing new resources into my classroom, and it was just a very big deal for me, and I've really enjoyed it ever since then. I got with my administrator after my project was approved to be able to do DonorsChoose. I got with my principal at Pleasant Hill Elementary, and he approved for me to be able to be the team leader for my school. The district at the time simultaneously was having a contest within the district. There is a foundation in Georgetown, the Francis P. Bunnell Foundation, who has money set aside to assist DonorsChoose projects within Georgetown County. And there was a lot of concern from them that there were not a lot of teachers participating in this opportunity, so they wanted to try to find a way to get more teachers involved. So they came up with a strategy to try to get more teachers to create projects. So what they did was, for each school there was a designated team leader who would assist teachers in that school with creating DonorsChoose projects. And because I was so familiar with it in the past, my principal asked me if I would be willing to accept it, and of course I would, because this simultaneously would go perfect with my project for this class. So I attended a training in September at the district office. We had a spokesperson from Francis P. Bunnell come in and just kind of give us a background on the foundation, how it works, how their money works with donations, and really expressed the concern of how much money they had sitting out there available for use, but there were no projects to give it to. So we had lots of ideas that were thrown out, a lot of slideshows, a lot of Google Forms, and all kind of ideas that were just kind of thrown around at this meeting, and basically just kind of told exactly what was expected of us, how this competition was going to work, what they were hoping would become and would happen because of this project. And so we took all the information from that meeting and we took it back to our school and shared it with our grade level teams. I actually attended a grade level chair meeting the same week and shared all of that information with grade level chairs, and later that week I created a PowerPoint and sent out to the faculty kind of a step-by-step of how to make a project, and some teachers went ahead and used that and went ahead on their own to make one. Others waited for me to create the tutorial, and then they used that, which is a little more in-depth, and actually was screenshotted me creating an actual project. So a lot of them found a lot more use with that, a lot more visual learning with that. And after I sent that out, I set aside 2 afternoons a week for 3 to 4 weeks to assist any grade levels, any teachers that needed help with a project, that I could either come to them, they could come to me, and I would help get their project created. I had lots of support. Every help session that I had people come and ask for help. Even outside the help sessions, I would get emails or people just stopping by my room, asking me quick questions about how to do this or how to do that. And a lot of the teachers mentioned to me that they've always wanted to create a Donors Choose project, but just didn't know how to get started, and they just assumed it was a complicated process, so they just never bothered with it. So I was really excited to be able to get these teachers in and be able to show them that it's a very simple process. It's very straightforward. It takes you step by step and just literally takes maybe 30 to 45 minutes to create your first project. After that, it takes even less time. I held these help sessions in the afternoons, and as these projects were created, they had to be approved by Donors Choose, and once they were approved, they were published on their website. So every afternoon I would check Donors Choose to see which of my teachers' projects had been posted, and when they had, I would turn in their information to the district where they would receive professional development points for creating their projects. And I've had 24 teachers out of 30 to 40 that created a project. So that I was very pleased with the outcome. My principal was very pleased. The teachers were very excited to finally have created a project like they've been wanting to do for a long time. I've had 4 or 5 teachers already have their projects funded, and numerous others have already received several donations towards their projects. So they're super excited about that. I had 2 or 3 running to me just to tell me their project had been funded and they couldn't wait to create another one. So that's very exciting to know that these teachers are getting more involved in getting these students resources and materials that they need that they just don't have the money for, and that the district just doesn't have the allotted money for. It's a great resource, and I was super glad to be able to be a part of it and to expose so many more teachers to it. After projects have been funded, teachers have to create a thank you package, and I will assist those teachers in creating those and getting all their information put on the website, uploaded, and published. And I will be here to help teachers from here on out that have any questions with Donors Choose. But several of them, have mentioned the fact of how much they appreciated the help, and how that now they knew how to do it, that they were looking forward to creating more. So it was a very great experience, and again, as me being a new teacher in this school, it was really nice to kind of reach out to teachers who I haven't really had a chance to meet, and just to kind of mingle and get to know everyone, and to kind of ease everybody's worries that this really isn't as complicated of a process as everybody thinks it is. So I really enjoyed how it turned out, the numbers it turned out, the participation, and how pleased everyone was with how easy the process was. So it was a great experience, and I look forward to creating many more projects in the future.